5 years ago at Christmas, my father pointed at the door and said, "Don't come back." I left without a word. So when he, my mother, and my golden boy brother showed up at my gated estate, their jaws dropped, but it was my quiet words that made their faces turn pale. Growing up, our house had one rule. My brother was perfect and I wasn't. His football trophies covered an entire wall. My drawings went in the trash. When I got into art school with a full scholarship, my father laughed in my face. "Art school? That's not a real education. We're using your college fund for your brother's business degree." I told him I didn't need their money. The scholarship covered everything. That's when he stood up from the Christmas table and pointed at the door. "Then you don't need us either. Get out." My mom just looked at her plate. My brother smirked. I packed a bag and left that night with $300 in my pocket. The first 2 years were brutal. I worked 3 jobs while taking classes, slept 4 hours a night, lived on instant noodles. My roommate and I started making animated shorts in our tiny apartment, posting them online for free. Then one of our videos went viral. 8 million views in a week. A production company called. Then another. Within 3 years, we had our own studio. Within 5, I'd sold my first series to a streaming platform for 7 figures. Last Saturday, my doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. Through the glass, I saw 3 people I hadn't seen in 5 years. My stomach dropped. I opened the door. My father's eyes went wide as he looked past me at the marble floors, the chandelier, the view of the canyon. My mother's hand flew to her mouth. My brother just stood there, jaw hanging open, staring at my car in the driveway. "Son," my dad said, forcing a smile. "Look at you. We've been thinking about you." I didn't move, didn't smile, just waited. My mom stepped forward. "We made mistakes. We said things we regret. But family is family, honey. We should be together." I let them inside, poured them water, watched them sit awkwardly on my furniture, looking around like they'd landed on Mars. My brother finally spoke. "This is insane, man. How much did this place cost?" "Enough," I said. The small talk lasted 10 painful minutes. My dad asked about my business. My mom asked if I was eating well. Nobody acknowledged what had happened. Nobody apologized for the actual words that were said. Then my father leaned forward. "We're going to be honest with you. We're in trouble." And there it was. The factory where he'd worked for 30 years had closed. He'd been unemployed for 8 months. My brother had been laid off from his 3rd sales job. Mom's part-time income wasn't enough. The bank was foreclosing on the house in 6 weeks. "We need help," my dad said. "We're asking for a loan. $80,000. Just to get back on our feet. You can afford it." My mom started crying. "We're going to lose everything. Please, honey. We're your family." I just nodded slowly, let the silence stretch. My brother added, "Come on, man. It's not like you earned this alone. We raised you, fed you. This is partly ours anyway." That's when I pulled out my phone. "Before we talk about money," I said, "I want you to hear something." I played a voicemail from 3 weeks ago. My brother's voice, drunk, laughing with his friends in a bar. "My loser brother? Yeah, he went to art school. Probably living in some dump, eating ramen. Dad was right. Art's for people who can't handle real work. Thank God I didn't waste my life like that idiot." The silence in the room was deafening. My brother's face went white. My mom looked at him in horror. My father just stared at the floor. "A mutual friend was at that bar," I said calmly. "He thought I should know what my family really thinks of me." My father tried to recover. "Son, he was drunk. People say stupid things when they think I can't hear them." I stood up. "You didn't come here because you missed me. You came because you need me. There's a difference." My mother was sobbing now. "Please, we're desperate." "You were desperate 5 years ago too," I said. "Desperate to prove I'd fail. Desperate to be right. Well, congratulations. You were wrong." I walked to the door and opened it. "You can leave the same way I did," I said quietly. "Through that door, with nothing." My father's face turned red. "You'd really do this? Let us lose everything?" "You already lost everything," I said. 5 years ago. You just didn't know it yet." They left without another word. I watched their car disappear down the driveway. I closed the door, locked it, and smiled for the first time all day. Sometimes the best revenge is just being right.